efforts as well. But our girls give a great effort, and I couldn't be more happy with the work. You know, we don't have a 4 or a 5 on our team. We're all guards. So we ran into trouble last day. We're going to have to, last time we played Missouri Valley late, they started going inside on us. So we're going to have to do a real good job on containing the inside play.
Well, you've got a young team. I know you only have one senior, I believe, dressed out today. And I know you've got some good young girls that are getting better as the year goes on.
Well, sure. We have 3 freshmen that absolutely are. In fact, again, Jackie Bogart, who was our leading rebounder and second leading scorer, she's been out the last 3 games, so she's back today. And she's the only 5'5" center in the country.
Well, she's special then. But Coach, what are the keys for your girls today against Missouri Valley?
Oh, just like I mentioned earlier, we've got to do a tremendous job. We are just getting beat so bad on the boards, and it's not. We do a good job boxing out, but when you talk about length on other team players with that are 6 foot and 6'1", we really have a hard time. And it's not over the back because they just reach over the top of us there. So we have to do a great job of boxing out early and try to get good position. And then our guards have to do a great job picking up loose balls and rebounds inside the paint.
Our national anthem on Senior Day, and of course between games today we'll be honoring all of these seniors, and we will be on both the audio and video, KMMO and moval.edu for that ceremony. And boy, Joe, this women's team has a lot of seniors. Julia Vasquez, Andressa Augusto, this is the varsity. Raina Smith, Alicia Winston, Kiana Horton, all of those gals, very major contributors. And for the men, we'll have Brody Thompson, Delijah Eccles, Raviel Burton are the 3 seniors there. So going to be a good ceremony between ball games.
Well, it's always a bittersweet day because we've got some good seniors that we will hate to say goodbye to. They've got, I think, 2 more home games. We've got Mid-America here next Friday, then Culver Stockton the following Wednesday. So this is not the last home game for these seniors, but the last Saturday home game. But on the other hand, we wish them the best. They're talented. They're good young ladies, as are the men on the men's team. And we know they'll do well as they move on from Missouri Valley.
All right, the Viking senior women voted to wear purple today. So if you're watching the video, we're not on the road. We're wearing purple at home. And the Vikings will start some seniors today. Julia Vasquez, the 5'7" senior out of Earth, Texas. Andressa Augusto, 5'6" senior out of Brazil. Alicia Winston out of St. Louis getting a start as a senior. Kiana Horton, the 6'1" senior. And, of course, Raina Smith. So 5 of the seniors starting: Vasquez, Winston, Horton, Augusto, and Smith. For Peru State, they'll go with Justice Daniel, a 5'8" junior. And Daniel is out of Olathe, Kansas. Jackie Robles, a 5'8" junior, along with Jackie Bogart, who led them in scoring in that win over the Vikings. She had, in that ball game, 19 points to lead their club. Of course, Sydney Wilkinson not playing today. Keely Ensminger, a 5'5" freshman, and Kylie Garou, a 5'7" freshman. They have the shortest center in NAI basketball, the coach tells us, huh, Joe?
Was she 5'5", I think? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she matches up with Kiana Wharton and Alicia Winston, both the big girls starting for the Vikings here this afternoon.
All right, let's get off to a better start. We were outscored 26-14 in Peru. Vikings in purple, Peru in white. Ball in the air, controlled by the Bobcats. And they quickly get it into the corner to Daniel. Daniel back out front to Garou. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. As at the top of the key, it's Daniel. And check that. Vikings playing a little zone defense to start the game. Into the corner. Shot is up. No good. Winston battles for the rebound. It's not there. It's good save by the Bobcats, and they get a second opportunity here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was good hustle that time by Kelly Ensmaker to keep that one alive.
Here's a shot. No good. Winston grabs this rebound, and she gives it off to Raina Smith. Raina sporting a new hairdo today.
Yes, she is.
For Senior Day.
Yep.
Into Julia Vasquez in the corner. Back out it comes to Reyna. Looks like some zone defense being played by the Bobcats to start this
They are
game.
not very tall at all, are they?
No, they are a small college team. Andressa Gusto pops the triple from the right side. Little fist pump, and it's 3-0 Vikings. I'd like to see her have a nice game for senior day.
And we've got some big games down the stretch. She's going to need to step up in, and we hope she does.
Oh, here come that zone. The Vikings again, really chasing, and they work baseline. Kick it back out top of the key. Ensminger. Nowhere to go. Cut off by Vasquez. Gives it back out front to Daniel. There's a long three. This one misses. Winston with her second rebound of the game. Off it comes to Augusto, and here come the Vikings. Skip pass all the way to Vasquez in the corner. Julia lobs it underneath to Horton. Young lady from Indianapolis spins in the lane. That one pinballs out. Rebound Vasquez, and she'll dribble out of the lane. Top of the key to Augusto, so the Vikings get an offensive rebound. They'll reset here. Augusto working that left side. Fires a pass to Augusto. Baseline. Underneath, they get it this time to Kiana. She's kind of undercut. No foul, but she scores. Good
all
job
day
by Kiana.
long if we can take advantage of it.
I mean, there's no question. No question. They are 5'8", and that's a generous 5'8" as their tallest player. In the corner. Good job by Winston to cut off the baseline, but Robles stops and knocks it down for the first point. She averages 9.6 a game. It's 5-2. Vikings with the lead. 7:37 to go in the first quarter on senior day. Vasquez from the wing right side. Skip pass. Augusto from the left wing tries another three. Hits another one. She has 6. Already
a much better start than we got all 2 in Peru.
Oh, I think it was 18-2 or something like that. Robles in the corner, back out top of the key. Vikings really chase. Here's a long three. This one off the front of the rim, but bounds all the way to the top of the key. Another three on the way. This one is no good by Daniel. And Joe, if you remember, this is the team that was 8 for 25 from beyond the arc in the first half.
25, yep.
11 for 35 for the game, so they will fire the three ball.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a team shoot 25 three-point shots in the first half, but they did, and they hit a bunch of them.
They hit 8 of them, and 11 out of 34 for the game. They just kept firing, but it was their defensive pressure, and the Vikings really were not very good against that. Had 17 turnovers that day. Augusto, 8-2. Vikings lead. Reyna will try a three. This one bangs off the right side of the iron, and the rebound is pulled down by Jackie Bogard. Here come the Bobcats. They've lost 10 in a row. They play hard, but they just don't have the size to compete with many teams in this conference. That's just the way it is. Now Savannah Enlow going to come in. Here's the turnovers. The pass to Bogard goes off of her hands right to Tim Dixon. So Samantha Enlow will check in, and Raina Smith gets her first break of the contest.
You know, as I talked to Peru State coach Chuck Brewer, he is chomping at the bit to get on the recruiting trail. I know most coaches are, but I think him more than usual. He knows he's got to find some big people.
Yeah, he said he got the job late and didn't have a chance. Here Augusto drives. Oh, that ball just wouldn't climb over the lip of the rim from the left side. It goes out of bounds. It belonged to the Bobcats. 8-2, Vikings lead. 6:19 to go first quarter. Daniel, Justice Daniel. Where's number 4? And now they throw the ball into the Viking bench, so another turnover.
I almost got my hands on the ball. Gabby Morales intercepted the ball. It was coming right to me, and Gabby stuck that long arm out and made the grab.
So here's Vasquez. There's the lob underneath. They get it to Horton. Fade away from about 7. Boy, that hit the right side of the rim, the left side, and spun out.
Come on, Kiana, you've got to hit that shot.
Yeah, she's got to have that shot. She should have a big game today. Heather Brecky checks in for Peru for the first time, and now they throw it away again as Brecky tries to get it into the corner to Bogard, and that's, Joe, the third really unforced turnover by the Bobcats, and Ensminger comes right back into the game, and Brecky will leave. Yeah, that was an unforced turnover all the way there. Into the corner, Vasquez fires a three. This one won't go. Rebound Enlow, and the Vikings have another crack at it. Now Winston puts up about a 7-footer off the glass from the right side, and she scores, and a timeout taken by the Bobcats as the Vikings have jumped out to a 10-2 lead. This is a totally different game than what we saw in Peru earlier this year.
Well, and this is exactly what you want to do. You're playing a young team. They've had a long road trip. You get them down early, and then you just, you jump on them and don't let them get back up. And hopefully that's what at least that's the way the Vikings have started. Looking very good so far. 6 points, 2 trays for Andressa Augusto, then 1 basket each for the 2 big gals, Alicia Winston and Kiana Wharton. Those are the 10 points for the Vikings. The only basket for Peru State, about a 12-foot jump shot from Jackie Robles.
10-2 is our score, 5:17 to go in the first quarter. And a good timeout by Chuck Brewer as his team has turned it over 3 or 4 times already. And well, when you get a team that's down and not getting many wins, you jump on them early, and that's what the Vikings have done, what they wanted to do. Daniel across the timeline. Gives it to Ensminger. Ensminger. Back it comes to Daniel. Daniel to Ensminger. Top of the key. Get it just inside the free throw line. Nice pass to the baseline. And they get it underneath in a bucket by Bogart. Good ball movement that time by the Bobcats to score. They're down 10-4.
I think Bogart's their leading rebounder, and she looks like she's maybe 5'6". I don't know what they list her
Listed at 5'5".
Okay, not very big. The leading rebounder.
5.4 rebounds a game. Here's Enlow banging down a 3 from the right wing. A good shooter. Over 50% from beyond the arc, and Savannah hits her first one. It's 13-4.
That's the 3rd 3-point basket for the Vikings here in the first 5.5 minutes of the game. Good start.
Good ball movement against this zone. Here's a baseline shot that's no good, but an offensive rebound put up and missed from point-blank range. Now the Vikings can't save it. Robles missed one from point-blank range on the offensive rebound, but then the ball goes off of Horton out of bounds. So there's Deidre McCoy, the Vikings' leading scorer, a sophomore, 12.5 a game. Going to give Winston a break. Good job by these seniors who started the game.
No, they got the team off exactly to the start they needed.
4:22 to go in this first half. Here's Bogard's shot, no good. Enlow rebounds at the free throw line. Quickly pushes ahead to McCoy, going full speed into the forecourt. Back to Enlow. Wraparound pass underneath to. They give it back out to Augusto. This 3 won't go. Rebound. Vasquez. She'll back away, fake the 3, and give it out to Augusto. Vikings up 13-4. 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Enlow open again. Now puts it on the floor. Gets inside the free throw line. Puts up a 10-footer, and it's good. We normally see her, Joe, just spot up to shoot. This time she drove around, got inside the lane, and knocked it down.
Well, and you don't see Savannah. Normally Savannah is what they call a spot-up type shooter, get the ball beyond the arc and launch. That time she faked, put the ball on the deck, and made a nice jump shot off the dribble. And here comes Ashley Ward into the offense, into the game. And, boy, I thought Ashley really played well up at Grandview the other night. Really did a good job taking the ball to the basket.
We will not have Ashley Onaka today. She is injured, so she will not be in the lineup, so we won't call her. Lindsey Denny, we haven't called her name yet. She'll be in there. Probably everybody on this Viking roster will get into game. Tim likes to do that. Ashley Ward making her first appearance, a 6'1 junior out of Springdale, Arkansas.
Ashley Ward sporting a long sleeve purple undershirt today, so I haven't seen her wear that yet.
Vikings now put on full court press after that timeout. Lindsey Denny is in the ball game, and Lindsey Denny, as we speak, ties up Keely Ensminger, and the Vikings should have the ball.
I think Lindsey might have gotten away with a foul that time.
She got the ball in about a left side of her face.
Yeah, she did. Well, that's okay. Play on.
We play on, and yeah, I think there's a little contact there. And Lindsey quite a bit taller than Ensminger. Ensminger 5'5", and Lindsey at 5'11", or a 6-footer. Here comes Raina Smith, and she's bumped as she tries to drive in the lane, and that foul is on Ensminger.
That's the first foul of the game against either team, isn't it?
First foul.
No, it's 2. I guess 2 on Peru State.
I guess they had another one early on. I don't have it written down,
I didn't
but
get
think
it
they had one early on. All right, Raina will inbound the ball. And gives it off to Enlow. Enlow works that left side, wraparound pass underneath to Denny. Strong move, and into McCoy, and Deidre scores.
You know, Deidre's not that big, but she posts up, and when she goes up, she goes very strong.
17-4 Valley, 3:18 to go in this first quarter. And now another turnover as Lori trying to get the ball to Beauregard and threw it over her head. Well, that's about the 5th turnover, I think. I'll check that. But unforced turnovers, that's at least the 4th unforced turnover of this
Well,
quarter.
they miss senior Sydney Wilkinson. She's kind of the girl that makes things go, and has a viral infection, Coach Brewer said. Can't go today.
Now the ball is knocked away by Daniel. The Vikings will still have it. Now they have Peru with 4 turnovers, and they're all unforced.
I thought they had more than that.
Yeah. Listen, that may be in the 5th one there. All right, here comes Reyna. Top of the key, 17-4 Valley. Off to Enlow. Enlow fires another long 3.
Wow.
It's good.
Wow.
She's 3 for 3, 2 triples, and a 2-point field goal. It's 20-4.
Another shot off the dribble.
Yep.
That's encouraging.
Now driving in from the right side is Justice Daniels. She's fouled, I think, by Reyna. And that is Reyna Smith's first foul. Devin Swisegood will check in for the Vikings.
Devin had a little trouble getting
said,
her warm-up top. I can't get it off.
Came by here and said, I can't get my warm-up top off. I don't know if you can play with it or not.
I don't know. But she's out there.
She ripped. She got it off somehow. Here's Brecky, top of the key. Into the corner. 3 ball on the way, and this one is good by Justice Daniels. So it's 20-7 with 2:30 to go. Vikings a pretty good first quarter. Reyna Smith leads it for Enlow, top of the key. Back it comes to Reyna on the right wing. Reyna holds it high above her head. Skip pass across to Enlow. Drives baseline again. Nowhere to go. Dribbles it back out. Finds Swisegood, who tries to hook a pass into Ward, and it's picked off by the Bobcats. And here come the Peru State Bobcats, and a foul is going to be called. They try to drive inside.
Ashley Ward, I believe, will be whistled with that one.
So Ward picks up the foul.
Yeah, Ward, that's right.
That is her first foul. Rashawn Casey's in. Here's a baseline 3. They continue to crank the threes, don't they?
Yep, they do.
Missed that one. Rebound comes away to Reyna. Reyna drives right down the middle. Her 10-footer just inside the lane. Pinball's off, no good. Probably we're going to have a foul on Lindsay Denny over the back trying to get that offensive rebound.
Lindsay, or is that Lindsay? Or, that's who they call it on.
Well, 3 fouls now on the Vikings. Peru State, Joe, they've already taken 8 threes.
Yeah,
They're 1 out of 8.
Yep.
They like to shoot it. Why not? Here's number 9. It's on the way, and this one won't go. Offensive rebound put back up and missed. Swisegood gets the rebound, and the foul is going to be called on one of the Bobcats, and I think that is
Maddie
Laurie.
Laurie, I believe.
Maddie Laurie picked up the foul, and now Tim Dixon wants a timeout. 20-7 is our score. 1:34 to go in this first quarter.
You know, I would imagine Peru State playing that zone. I doubt if they played man-to-man very much this year. It just would be giving up too much height on the inside.
Yeah.
So I'd say they're very accustomed to playing that little 2-1-2 that we've seen them in the first part of this game.
Tim Dixon taking that timeout as he wanted to talk to his players about something. There's something he saw, so Tim immediately took that timeout.
Well, the Vikings 2 games in the standings behind William Penn. William Penn right now in 6th place, and that's the spot the Vikings need to shoot for because Culver, Stockton, Baker, the rest of them are kind of out of reach. But Grandview with that win the other night, 1 game ahead of the Vikings. William Penn 2 up. So this is big for the Vikings to win today.
All right, here come the Vikes and Savannah Enlow, top of the key. Gives it off to Reyna. Right wing, dumping underneath to Denny. She got it. Lindsay Denny's first bucket. That is 22-7. The Vikings continue to roll here in a very impressive first quarter.
Nice turnaround, strong finish by Lindsay Denny that time.
Faking the 3, now
There's
cranking the 3, and this one won't go for Casey. Another rebound. Swisegood, her second rebound.
She went up, Devin went up in a crowd and took that one away that time.
The other way, Ward drives inside, has the ball knocked away. She thought there was a foul, no call. As Daniel hustles right side. This one is blocked, I think. Reyna or Denny?
Lindsay Denny, I think.
Denny got the block.
I'll tell you, Lindsay Denny, we just see her getting better and better every game. Now Morgan McSmith gets set to check in. Morgan is a sophomore out of Sherwood, Oregon, stands at 5'8".
Coach getting everybody in here in this first quarter, leading 22-7. Brecky launches a 3. This one won't go. I mean, that one came from the hip.
Yeah.
22-7 with 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Raina Smith will slow things down for Valley. Looking for their 8th win, 8th conference win. Morgan McSmith top of the key. Finds Denny on the baseline. Tries to hook a pass underneath the Swisegood. Loses it. Now the ball is knocked away, but I think we're going to have a foul on one of the Vikings.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on Lindsay. Her second.
Yeah, Lindsay tried to wrap that pass into Swisegood. Then when it was knocked away, she ran into one of the Peru State girls going after the ball.
So, ball comes back to the Bobcats, and they could play for the last shot here. Shot clock is off, 19 seconds.
The last shot or the first three that becomes available.
Here comes Deidre. She says, you're not going to dribble the ball. She made them do something with it. Now they give it back to Brecky. Down to 10. Skip pass all the way across. Shot is good. That's a three-pointer by Rashawn Casey. And that'll do it for the first quarter as Raina lets one fly. It's well short. It's 22-10. The Vikings have the lead here in the at the end of the first quarter. Let's take a look at some of the statistics of that first quarter. Peru just 4 out of 17, 24%, 2 out of 12 from beyond the arc.
Well, they're right on pace for another 25 three-point half.
The Vikings were 9 out of 18, 50%, 4 out of 8 from beyond the arc, 2 of those by Augusto, 2 by Enloe, and nobody shot a free throw. The Vikings, let's see, out-rebounded Peru 12-9. 5 turnovers for Peru. The Vikings have turned it over 3 times.
Boy, how about the start for Savannah Enloe? She has 8 points. Hit 3 baskets, 2 of them were threes, and 2 of those shots, one of her threes and her 2-point basket were both tough shots off the dribble. She really looked good. And of course, the Vikings, like you said, 4 threes in the first half. Augusto also had 2. So yeah, very good start. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered after a tough game on the road Wednesday night up in Iowa.
That's what you want to do against a team that hasn't won too many ball games. We'll check out the. We'll check out the rest of today's schedule when we get an opportunity here. Some good matchups today, and believe it or not, what do we have? 3 weeks to go? 2 weeks.
2 weeks from today. We're at
season.
Avila. We've got a game on a doubleheader Wednesday at Evangel. Next Friday here against Mid-Am. The following Wednesday here against Culver. Then on the road 2 weeks from today against Avila, and that's it for the regular season.
All right, here come the Bobcats. Hit that 3 to end the first quarter. It's 22-10. Bobcats move the ball around. They're wearing their white home uniforms because the Vikings wanted to wear purple today. Here's another 3. This one taken by Casey, no good.
Well, quite honestly, Peru State probably said, we played well in those whites the last time we played. Let's wear them again.
Let's wear them again. Here comes Raina in the lane. Off to Horton, baseline. Winston steps into the lane, missed the shot. Did everything right but make the basket. She got the ball, took one dribble, good strong move to the rack from the right side, and missed the shot.
Yeah, good move.
But Joe, right now you're looking, the Vikings getting that outside shooting, but Kiana Horton with 2 points and Winston with 2. They should probably have more points than that in their side with the size advantage the Vikings have.
Oh, yeah. If we get the ball inside, if they'll just take their time, nobody should block their shot. Take their time, go up strong, and concentrate. They're going to be fine.
The Bobcats with a basketball. Small crowd here on this cold Saturday afternoon.
I think last year we spent Valentine's Day in Peru playing this same team on the road, I believe.
Yeah, we get to be at home tomorrow. Here's a steal by Vasquez, knocked away by Augusto, and then Vasquez with a steal gets it back to Andressa. Andressa lobs it underneath to Horton off the glass floor.
There we go. There we go.
Good job by Augusto recognizing that Horton was a 6-footer, was in that lane, 6'1", and got it to her. Another 3. This one no good. Horton rips the rebound down, took that one away from Casey. Now Vasquez the other way into the corner to Raina Smith. Squares up for a 3. Bounds off, no good. Rashawn Casey got the rebound. 24-10 Valley. 8:24 to go in the first half. Justice Daniel to Brecky. Fire a pass underneath. Ooh, good block. It looks like by Winston, but she got it with a body.
You know, if I'm a 3-point shooter and Coach Chuck Brewer comes and says, "I'd like for you to come to Peru," and he says, "Now we'll launch 25 3-points a half," I might say, "Yeah, put me down."
I might say, yeah, because they are launching some threes. Here's the free throw, and this one is good by Bogart. She now has 3 points, and that is the first free throw attempted in this ball game. Here's the second one on the way. Got them both, did Bogart. She has 4 points, and it's 24-12. Augusto and Dressa. Bounce pass top of the key to Boyd Lockett. Boyd Lockett stops the dribble. Looks for Enlow and throws it by her, and that's going to be an over and back as the Vikings touch it. Boyd Lockett thought Enlow was going toward the mid-court, and she cut toward the sideline. And by the time Augusto got to it, that ball had crossed the center line, so it's a turnover. Here's a pass underneath to Bogart. Now she throws it away, picked up by Deidre. 1 on 3. Here comes McCoy. All the way to the basket, spins inside, misses the shot. May have been some contact, but we play on. Here comes Danville the other way.
Nice spin move by Deidre, though.
The 3 launch. This one is no good. That one taken by Brecky. Off to Augusto, 24-12. The Vikings have scored just 2 points in the first 2.5 minutes of this quarter. Out front to Enlow. Enlow gives it back to Boyd Lockett. She'll try one from outside. It won't go. McCoy offensive rebound. Takes it right back up from the left side and scores.
Good strong rebound by Deidre. And she averages 12.5 points a game. She's had a great sophomore season thus far.
She is tough inside that lane. 26-12. Vikings trying to extend that defense, knowing that this team's going to shoot a lot of threes. Here's another one. This one taken by Garou. Offensive rebound, however. And now, as Robles tries to get the ball out, it's kicked or off the knee of McCoy, so the ball will belong to the Bobcats. Laurie will inbound it. And now they throw it away. Another turnover. As this time, Daniel trying to throw it to Robles and threw it over her head. I have 8 turnovers now already for the Bobcats. 26-12. Valley in control of this one. 6:50 to go in the half. Boyd Lockett, right wing, skip pass all the way back to Augusto on the left side. Augusto with the dribble. Gives it to McCoy. McCoy drives inside, splits a double team, and may have traveled. She did.
There's that look.
That look of not me. There's no way I did that wrong.
I knew that look was coming before the day was over.
Said I did everything right. And let's see who's checking in now for the Bobcats. It'll be Samantha Zavala. Zavala, 5'9" junior. Top of the circle to Laurie. Kicks it off into the corner. Out front, another 3 on the way. This one won't go. And Enlow tracks down the rebound in front of the Viking bench. Savannah will bring it in by herself. Off to Boyd Lockett. She'll take it left baseline and dribble it out of bounds. Kind of lost the dribble there. So Reyna's going to come back in. 26-12.
Chris Allen from the Democrat News, a sports reporter guarding Alexis Boyd Lockett. He's standing down under the basket down there. Hey, get that news guy out of my way.
Yep. I think the ball went to him. All right, here come the Bobcats. Top of the key. Now they work it to Laurie. Laurie will try to drive and throws it, tries to get it underneath to Zavala, but stepping in the passing lane and taking it away was Enlow.
A good anticipation by Savannah that time.
Augusto, baseline. Deidre McCoy hits the bucket. 28-12 Vikings, 5:47 to go in the half. Again, the last game this team won was against the Vikings.
Like so far, a very workmanlike performance here in the first half,
Yep.
just taking care of business.
Taking care of business, playing some pretty good defense. Now Raina Smith knocks the ball away from Garou. It will belong to the Bobcats underneath.
Whoops, there's another one.
Go out front, now another turnover. Whoa. They never did call over and back. They called a double dribble.
She hit the ball in the forecourt, and then it went over and back. The Viking bench called it. But
And the official called double dribble. He never did call it.
I think the official was caught in what they say, caught in la-la land.
He was thinking about anything but that play.
It happens.
He said, I better call something. I'll call double dribble.
Thank goodness she got a double dribble.
Yeah. Yeah, and she did double dribble,
she
too.
Did.
So
she did.
That's what the call was. Here is underneath the Winstead. Alicia steps inside. She can't score. McCoy with an offensive rebound, and that thing hung on the rim. Wouldn't go down, but she'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Deidre is having her way around that basket right now.
And she is 5'9". She's saying, hey, I'm finally in there against some gals that are shorter than I am. I'm having fun with this. Foul is on Bogard, her first. McCoy at the line, shooting a couple free throws. First one, good. She has 7. That's the first free throw attempted by the Vikings.
And only 2 by Peru State, so not that many fouls here in the first half.
Second one by Deidre is good. So she has 8. Horton coming in. Winston will check out. Vikings shooting 46%, 12 out of 26. So here come the Bobcats. They've only scored 2 points this quarter. Continue to launch those threes. Now baseline, they don't pull the trigger here. May have thrown it away again. They did. As they try to get this pass to Lori, and she can't hang on to it. That's the 11th turnover in the first half for the Bobcats. Well, you know, you talked to Chuck Brewer, so did I, Joe, and he knows what he has to do. He got the job late. He needs to go out and recruit.
He's a veteran coach. He's been successful almost everywhere he's been. A very good high school coach.
Been in Omaha for a while. Yep.
He'll do a good job with this program.
Deidre underneath to Horton, and crashing into her was Guru, trying to come from the weak side to help defensively. And she picks up her second foul. 4:37 to go in the first half. Raina Smith inbounds to McCoy. Deidre right back to Raina. Drives that baseline right side all the way underneath. Reverse layup, missed it. Horton offensive rebound. She scores from the baseline about 3 feet away. And she has 6. 32-12. The lead grows to 20. 4:22 to go. Morgan McSmith will check in. Ward getting ready to come back in. Here's another 3, top of the key. This one pinballs out. Horton with the rebound.
Coach Tim Dixon's done a good job keeping shuffling players in and out here in the first half.
And we're going to have a couple subs come in. 27 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know why they stopped play to bring in the subs.
Tim Dixon yelled something at the official. She goes, it's your table, your table.
So I guess someone was sitting there, didn't come in, but I thought they just came to the table. Well, it was after, no, ball wasn't thrown away, so I don't know why they stopped playing.
Play on.
But we're playing on. And Morgan got to come into the game. Here is a shot no good. Ward with a foul as she tried to get the rebound away from Bogard, and Ward picks up the foul, her second, and that's team foul number 2.
Ashley just going after the rebound that time, and the Peru State gal did a nice job of screening her out.
Here's another 3 on the way. This one is good. So Maddie Lori hits a triple, and it's 32-15. Vikings with it. Morgan McSmith on the baseline. She doesn't pull the trigger on that one.
There she goes.
Now she will fire a 3. It's a little strong. Rebound comes down to Ward. She can't save it in the corner, however. And here come the Bobcats. They drive inside and get the bucket. Taking it coast to coast was Ensminger, her first bucket, and it's 32-17.
Ensminger put on a kind of a nice stop-and-go move off the dribble that time. That's pretty impressive take to the basket.
So a 5-0 run now by this Bobcat team. Now they get it into Horton, and she just goes across the lane, lays it off the glass, 34-17.
That's open anytime the Vikes need it.
No way that they can stop that play. Vikings still chasing the Bobcats around. Into the corner, another 3 ball on the way. This one won't go. And the rebound, Enlow. She's had a nice game defensively. Enlow pushes it ahead to Ward, left side. Layup no good, but the reason she missed it, she was shoved in the back. She'll shoot a couple of free throws.
And let me take a look out and see how many let's see, this team this year has launched 656
You're
free
kidding
throw,
me.
3-point attempts, 658, 656. Their opponents only 396.
Yeah, the Vikings 342. Well, coach says, hey, we're short. We're a short team. Let's shoot the ball. Maybe we get hot. We'll win. We'll win a couple. Ward at the line and missed it. Ball goes out of bounds. And let's see. I think the Vikings are going to keep possession of that. Did she make that first free throw? She made the first
she
one.
hit
I
the first
wasn't
one, yes.
paying attention.
That's her first point of the game.
So she has 1 point. It's 35-17. Vasquez to inbound. Lobs it into Horton now. Ball knocked away from her. Good defense by the Bobcats. Robles. Vikings will still have it. 2:37 to go. 35-17 Valley here in the first half. Here's a shot that's up and no good. And
that was Hika.
Yeah,
Hika
Hika
took that one.
got the shot. Here driving inside. Shot is no good. Ward had the rebound, and Hika takes it away.
Michelet
Hika, now she throws it away. As Hika trying to get it to Julia Vasquez. And Michelet out of Hawaii, 5'2" sophomore. I'm sure she's enjoying this single-digit weather.
Yeah. Where's my surfboard?
Oh, man. One of the long three. This one won't go. Orton with a rebound. And now she is tied up, and the possession arrow is going to give the ball to the Vikings.
You remember that song, My Woody's Outside, covered with snow?
Yeah.
I don't remember who sang that, but it was back in the 60s or 70s. My Woody's outside, covered with snow.
That's about
that's her problem.
We don't have the snow, but we certainly have the cold and may get some snow later on today and tomorrow. Hika with the basketball as the young lady from Hawaii brings it across the timeline for the Vikings. And now she throws it away. This one picked off by Casey. She'll take it all the way down the middle, flip it off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Bogard.
Bogard, for a shorter girl, does a good job on the boards, gets very good position in there. Again, she's the leading rebounder on this team.
Minute 49 to go here in this first half. Now the Vikings turn it over again. Here comes Lori all the way right side. Her shot won't go. Hika with a rebound. Now she wants to push it 2-on-2. Brings it left side all the way to the rack with the left hand. It won't go, but
nice
a blocking
drive.
foul.
She's going to be on the line for 2 shots right now.
Michelet will be at the free throw line.
Foul's going to come up on Rashawn Casey.
And let's see. Yeah, you're right. Casey with a foul, and that puts Hika at the free throw line. Michelet. It's a left-hander like Joe and I. And she doesn't shoot free throws like Joe All, though. She missed one.
No comment. I put it this way, I love to shoot free throws.
Yeah.
Didn't always hit them.
Ashley Ward will check out now. Boyd Lockett ready to come back in. He gets the second free throw, so she gets her first point. And it's 36-19, and now she's going to check out, smile on her face.
I think that's the first time. Is that the first time we've seen her? Maybe another time she was in a
came
game
into
for
the game
a short moment.
For a very short period of time. I think we were on the road. Maybe at William Penn.
First time we've seen her score, I think.
Casey hits another three, her second triple, and it's 36-22. Morgan McSmith fumbles the ball, picks it back up, open for three. The young lady from Oregon misses that one. Fight for the rebound in the lane, and Deidre McCoy's on the floor.
Wow. That looked like a takedown in a wrestling match right there.
And did she foul? Let's see. Was it a tie ball?
I think they called it a tie-up, and I
ball.
think it's Peru's ball. There was no foul. Both girls, I thought, going for the ball, but I didn't see them signal a foul.
No foul. 36-22. Valley had a 12-point lead at the half. They're up now by 14 as we approach the last minute of the half. Another three by Casey. Ooh, this one off the front of the rim and over the back. Foul on Bogard.
Here second.
And that's the fifth foul, so we'll walk the other way. We should shoot. Walk the other way. As that was the fifth foul of the quarter. 36-22. Again, it is senior day, and all the seniors will be honored between games, and we'll have the the presentations from the two coaches for you before we get ready for the men's game. Here's the free throw, no good by Morgan McSmith.
Come on, Morgan.
She'll have another one. Just trying to get into the scorebook.
8 Vikings have scored in the first half. Morgan make it 9. She
And
does.
She does. So McSmith gets the free throw, and it's 37-22. Brecky fires it underneath, and they get Bogart open. She scores and is fouled. 37-24. The Bobcats trying to make a little run here late in the half. They only had 2 points with about 5 minutes to go in this half.
Morgan McSmith picks up her first foul of the game, but that'll give Bogart a chance to complete the three-point play.
And her free throw is good. So Bogart has 9. And let's see. Augusto back in, Horton back in. Winston still out there, Raina Smith and Vasquez.
That's okay. Still up by 12.
This is the starting 5 today.
Everybody's gotten to play here in the first half.
50 seconds remaining. Augusto across the timeline. Man-to-man defense now by the Bobcats. As Andressa still with a left-handed dribble. Keeps it alive, gets a screen from Horton. Takes it right side all the way to the rack, lays it up too strong. Horton gets the rebound, puts it up, missed it. Rebound Winston. And she has the ball knocked away, out of bounds. It'll belong to the Vikings.
Yeah, good job getting inside that time. That's what you've got to do.
So Augusto will inbound. Shot clock is off, 28 seconds remaining in the half. Give it into Vasquez. Let's see if the Vikes will work for the last shot or just the first shot they get. Doesn't matter. They turn it over. Pass intended for Horton. Thrown overhead.
Shot clock's turned off, but I bet Peru State does not hold for the last shot.
37-25. They were staying in this game. Top of the key to Laurie. Laurie guarded by Vasquez. Now around a screen. Dumps it down low, almost taken away. They'll throw one up. Brecky fires one up. It's the side of the backboard. And we are at the break, 37-25. So everybody played for the Vikings. The Vikings had a 12-point lead at the half. They held serve, a 12-point lead at the at the end of the first quarter. They're up by 12. They're up 12 right now. We'll be back, take a look at the scoring, and talk about the rest of the schedule in just a moment.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So today's your 18th birthday. Hey, Bobby, pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah. I've got my whole life ahead of me. School, then a job. I've been waiting for this day forever.
And when will you be registering with Selective Service?
What? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll get around to it someday.
Someday?
Yeah, you know, like, whenever I get around to it, like, I don't know.
Well, Bobby, if you don't register with Selective Service within 30 days of your 18th birthday, you can lose out on college loans, job training, and government jobs. And then you'll be, you know, like out of luck.
Bobby, where are you going?
I'm just gonna get online for a minute, then I'll be right back.
To register with Selective Service, log on to www.sss.gov or stop by your local post office.
There. Are you happy now?
Very.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
It's senior day, and a lot of the parents are in town. We're certainly glad to have them. If you could not make it, we're certainly glad to have you with us on KMMO AM Marshall and on movel.edu, both the audio and the video. Joe, you have the score in here, the first half?
Yeah, Ken, very good balance for the Vikings. 3 girls with 8 points. Savannah Enlow, Deidre McCoy, and Kiana Wharton all had 8 points from Missouri Valley in the first half. So very good balance there. 6 points for Andressa Augusto. She hit those 2 3-point baskets early. 2 points each for Alicia Winston and also Lindsay Denny. And then 1 free throw for both for Michaela Hicka and Ashley Ward. They each had 1 point apiece to round out the scoring. But again, it was Enlow, McCoy, and Wharton, each with 8 to lead the way. For Peru State, the leading scorer, Jackie Bogard, she had 9 in the first half, including 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. 6 points for Rashawn Casey. She knocked down a couple of triples. And then 3 points each for Maddie Laurie, Justice Daniel. Those 2 had 3 each, and 2 for Keely Ensminger and Jackie Robles.
All right, here are some of the numbers. The Bobcats shot 26% in the first half, 9 out of 35. And Joe, what were they in the first? They were 8 out of 25 from beyond the arc at home.
What were they here?
4 out of 24.
They
shoot them.
We love the 3.
16.67%. They will launch a lot of threes. And the Vikings were 40%, 14 out of 35, and we were 4 out of 13, 30%, so not that good from the arc, but both teams hit 4. Peru State 3 out of 3 from the free throw line, the Vikings 5 out of 8. Vikings out-rebounded the Bobcats 29 to 18. 11 turnovers for Peru, and this can't make Tim Dixon happy. Vikings had 10 turnovers, and a lot of those were just kind of unforced errors, so they need to clean that up a little bit.
Well, you know, and when we played this team up in Peru, they put on a full-court press. They really did not put on a lot of pressure, but let's see. Let's take a look. In that half, Peru State, like you said, they launched 24 3-point shots, only 11 2-point shots in the half. So more than a 2-to-1 margin of 3-point to 2-point shots.
No question about it. And they will, what did you say? They shoot well over 600 threes on the year, and the Vikings have 342. So
more than twice their opponent, not just the Vikings, but the average opponent they've played against.
Well, I guess when you look at it, they don't have any size, and might as well fire the ball from outside.
And, you know, and when you're having trouble winning, let the girls have fun.
Yeah.
And people like to shoot. They like to shoot threes, and that could bring some people into this program. I mean, you're not going to win doing that, you know, once you get the players. But to get the players here, you might have to have that kind of philosophy.
The Peru men coming out to warm up. What do you say? Coach told you that they lost 105 to 104 in overtime to Mid-America. That must have been quite a ball game.
And Corday Sims, I guess he's the leading scorer in the conference. Averages almost 25 points a game. He had 42 points in that game against Mid-Am. But kind of funny, Mid-Am beat Peru State by 1 point in overtime. That was on the other night. They beat them by the score of 105-104. But Peru State beat Mid-America in Olathe, also in overtime earlier in the year, 97-94. So they've had 2 overtime, very high-scoring games. And they're 2 of the teams near the top of the conference.
Sims is the kind of player, almost like Cedric Johnson of Avila, that he lets the game come to him. He doesn't force anything. So today we may see with 14 minutes to go in the game, he may have 8 points, and he'll end the game with 28. He just when he gets going though, he's hard to stop.
He kind of reminds me a little of LeBron James the way he plays. Just kind of very big and physical, moves well for a big guy, and can do it all.
He can do it all. So he'll be fun to watch today. And the Vikings, after that loss at Grandview, they need a W as well. All right, back to the women's side. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other games going on in the conference today. We'll be right back.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. Well, what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzz driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You could kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says, "I'm a catch," more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
All right, let's take a look at the rest of the games going on today in the conference, and then we'll go over the standings. If you missed the scores from Wednesday, William Penn knocked off Culver 65-61. Mid-America over this Peru team 83-55. Benedictine beat Graceland 85-65. Evangel over Avila 69-57. Grandview beat Valley 66-54. And it was CMU over Baker 68-63. Today, Baker makes that long trip to Culver. That's going to be an interesting ballgame. It's a long way across the state of Missouri for the Baker Wildcats, and Culver's going to be looking for a win today. So that ought to be an interesting matchup there.
Should be, and yeah, that'd be a good game. In those two teams, only one game separates them, I believe, in the conference standing.
Peru's here today. Of course, Avila at Benedictine. You certainly have to go with Benedictine. They haven't lost at home. They're 12-0.
No, they're good. They shoot very well there.
William Penn at Evangel. There's that long return trip.
Could be a good game there.
That could be an interesting game there. Graceland is at Mid-America, obviously Mid-America, and then Grandview at CMU. So you'd think the top teams will continue to win. But that Baker-Culver game, that's a big one too. Here are the standings: CMU 16-1, Mid-America 15-2, and unless there's an upset, they'll stay a game apart from each other. Then Benedictine, they're 2 games back at 13-4. They should win today. And that Baker-Culver, Baker's 12-5, Culver 11-6. So first 5 teams, Joe, all a game separates 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 16-1, 15-2, 13-4. So we move 2 games, and then 12-5, 11-6. So really bunched up there at the top.
Well, and you mentioned that Grandview Central game. You think Central would win that, but that's Central's only loss. Right. Grandview beat them up in Des Moines early in the year. So, you think the Eagles would win it. But you look at the girls' standings. I mean, in the guys, they're all bunched together. Anything could happen. In the women's division, though, you really have 3 different tiers. You've got in that first tier, Central Methodist, Mid-America, Benedictine, and Baker. Culver's kind of an in-betweener. Then in the second tier, you got William Penn, Grandview, the Vikings, and Evangel. Then in the bottom tier, you've got Peru State, Avila, and Graceland. And 2 or 3 games separate the 3 different tiers.
Yeah. And then the bottom, this Graceland 1-16, and Peru and Avila. So they're going to be fighting it out. Those 3 teams will be fighting it out for the final playoff spot. The Vikings will be in. It just depends on where they will be in the pecking order. But they'll could have a play-in game or could have a bye, just depending on where they finish. And we'll know, obviously, 2 weeks from today when we wrap things up at Avila. All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, Joe will call the second half. You're listening to KMMO AM Marshall and also movel.edu, and viewing today's game, Chaz Matty and his crew doing a good job with the video. And by the way, I want to remind you, if you're watching the game today, viewing the game today, we'll have the senior ceremony, and then Nathan Gertz will have a pregame show, a small pregame show on the video side before the men's game. So you might want to tune in a little bit early for that today as well. Second half coming up in just a couple of minutes.
There are many sounds in your day-to-day life. There are sounds that wake you up. Sounds that make you smile. Sounds that energize you. And sounds that help you relax. But there are some sounds that can alert you to danger and can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you information about severe weather events, Amber Alerts, or other emergencies in your area. With critical information from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know, wherever you are. For more information, visit ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What? No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm going to do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time. Whoop, whoop!
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Vikings lead 37-25 as we get set for the second half. And again, Kiana Horton with 8 points to lead the way. Augusto, Joe, hit those 2 threes early on. She hadn't scored since. But again, in all fairness, Tim Dixon has been moving a lot of players in and out of this lineup there in the first half. Everyone's had a chance to play pretty good minutes in that first half.
And you know, Ken, if you look at that schedule for the ladies, I mean, if we can hold on and win this one today, you've got some teams ahead that are very winnable games. You've got Evangel that the Vikings beat here early in the year. That we go down there on Wednesday night. Then you've got, a tough game on the road, or a tough game here against Mid-America. Then Culver comes here. You know, that could be a winnable game. They're a good team, but we usually match up with them. And then we wrap up on the road against Avila, another team that the Vikings beat the first round.
Yeah, so they've got some winnable games, maybe move up in the standings. All right, second half get ready to get underway. 37-25 Valley. Here's Joe.
All right, Raina Smith will trigger inbound for the Vikings. Vikings lead at 37-25. They've led the entire way. And Dressa Augusto got them off of that first three-point basket. The Vikes have never looked back since that time. Looks like Peru's going to start out in a man-to-man. They played a zone most of the first half. Now, a nice pass as Raina Smith gets it into Alicia Winston. Alicia does a good job, spins right to the rack and lays it in. She's got 4 points, lead up to 14.
Tim probably said cut down the turnovers and get the ball inside.
Guess what? A three-point shot by Peru State misses. That one taken by Daniel. Rebound by Julia Vasquez. The left-hander from Earth, Texas, a senior, brings it into the forecourt. Now Raina Smith. Raina drives inside, and Raina's going to be fouled. So a nice take by Raina, the senior out of St. Louis. Jackie Robles picks up the foul. That'll be a non-shooting foul. Vikes will inbound with 9:20 left in the third quarter. Raina Smith will inbound. Raina bounce pass into Winston. Now gets a return pass. Raina into the middle of the lane, throws up a little runner in there and bangs it off the left side. No good. Rebound Bogart. Bogart's played a pretty good game for Peru State.
Yeah, she led them in scoring in the win in Peru earlier this year.
Now into the corner it goes to Robles, or to Giroux, excuse me. Now hit the key, Ensminger. Ensminger puts up a three off the right side. Nice rebound by Giroux. Now back to Ensminger. Her three, this one misses. And another, Giroux kept that one alive. So good hustle that time by Kylie Giroux. She got one offensive rebound, kept the second one alive. Peru State still with the ball. Ensminger, another three. This one off the right wing, and that's good. Is that a two, or do they call that a three?
Is that a two or a three?
I think that was just a two, I think. So Ensminger given credit for a 2-point basket, one of the few they've had in the game.
I was asking Andy Polverenti if that was a 2 or a 3. Bad pass there by Kiana.
Kiana tried to get that ball into her counterpart at the post. Alicia Winston tried to get it locked. Good idea, just threw it over Alicia's head out of bounds. So it goes back to Peru. Only a 12-point Viking lead, so Peru State still very much a part of the game.
And some of those threes start going in. Look out.
Head of the key, Justice Daniels. She'll set the offense for the Lady Bobcats out of Peru, Nebraska. Now LaShawn Casey gets it inside to Bogard. Nice strong move as Bogard goes up with the left hand, lays this in. She's a double figures with 11. We got a 10-point game with just under 8 minutes to play in the third.
Yeah, the Vikings have been in control the whole way, but you're right. You look at that scoreboard, it's only a 4-possession game.
Now Peru still in that man. Now Winston goes down the middle, throws up a runner inside, banged it off the right side, no good. Another rebound by Bogard. Quickly ahead to Ensminger. Ensminger drives in. She's going to be fouled on the drive, so Bogard, a nice rebound, got it ahead to Kaylee Ensminger. And that foul is going to come up on Raina Smith, and that will put Ensminger on the line for 2 shots here.
And for the first time in a long time, they could get this into single digits.
Ensminger's first free throw is good. That's only the 4th free throw that Peru State shot. They've hit all 4. Maybe that'll make her miss this one. It did. But hey, I got the job done that time. As Ensminger gets 1 out of 2, it's a 9-point game. 7.5 minutes to play in the third. Raina Smith, head of the key to Alicia. Now Raina gets a return pass, dribbles to the baseline, puts up a jumper. This one bangs around and misses, but a nice offensive rebound, Kiana Wharton. Now Raina spins in. Nice move by Raina. Oh, missed another one. Rebound Winston, she got fouled. So good job on the offensive boards. Kiana Wharton got 1 rebound offensively. Alicia Winston gets another. Alicia will be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
And probably for Peru, what they didn't want to see is Jackie Bogard with a 3rd foul, because she is most of this offense.
And you don't want your top rebounder to get into foul trouble. And Winston knocks down the first free throw, so Alicia has 5 points in the game. She'll have 1 more. Try to make it an 11-point Viking lead. Winston second. The senior missed the second one. Rebound comes out to Casey. Into the corner. Ensminger, head of the key to Casey. Casey's deep 3 from the head of the key. Splash, knocks it down. So Rashawn Casey, that's her 3rd triple of the game. We've got a 7-point game, the closest the Bobcats have been in some time.
Yeah, they start hitting those threes. Look out.
Augusto. Peru State having pretty good luck with this man-to-man defense right now. Left wing, we said they couldn't play it, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. Now Raina Smith goes to the baseline. Raina, nice pass. Good pass as Raina finds Alicia Winston. Raina whips it into her. Winston lays it in. That's what we needed. That's a 9-point lead. Head of the key, Justice Daniel over to Ensminger. Now they lob it down low to Bogard. Had it slapped at, but she retains it. Casey, another deep 3. Missed this one. Nice rebound. Augusto from Missouri Valley, and Dressa wants to run. Drives the baseline. Now there's going to be they call a foul, or they just say out of bounds. I'm not sure. I think they call maybe a foul in Peru. That's going to be on Rashawn Casey. Say she bumped in to one of the Vikings is Deidre McCoy. Ashley Ward check back in. Alicia Winston.
And somebody else has to come out.
Yeah, and Raina Smith will come out for the Vikings. I'm going to say we got whistled for 6 on the floor the other night. Or the last Saturday, I guess it was. Now McCoy out to Vasquez. Julia puts up a long left-handed 3. This one rolls around the rim, but a nice offensive rebound. McCoy, her follow shot won't go. Vikes a couple of good opportunities there, come away empty-handed. Another 3 off the right wing. This one taken that time by Robles. She missed it. Quickly to Ashley Ward. Ashley down the middle. Good handoff to Deidre up and in. Nice handoff. Really wasn't a pass. Deidre McCoy more or less just handed the ball to, or Ashley Ward handed the ball to Deidre McCoy, and Deidre laid it in. So good pass by Ward. Good finish by Deidre.
Ashley could have taken the shot. Deidre had an easier one.
She did. That's very unselfish team play. There's a jumper off the left baseline by Bogard. Good position by Julia Vasquez that time, and ball knocked out of bounds off Peru State. 5:22 left to play in the third. The Vikings lead it 44-33.
Maddie Laurie comes back in for the Bobcats.
For the Vikings right now, it's Kiana Wharton, Julia Vasquez, Andressa Augusto, Deidre McCoy, and Ashley Ward. Those are the 5 on the floor. Ward on the left wing, right in front of Tim Dixon and the Viking bench. Almost loses it, now gets it head of the key to McCoy. Swings it on the right wing to Augusto. Now Vasquez from beyond the arc. Bang, knocks it down. Good ball movement by the Vikings that time. They free up Julia beyond the arc. That's her first basket, and that's a triple. Now Daniel quickly the other way, misses a shot, and rebound Bogard, and she's fouled. So once again, Jackie Bogard only 5'5", but boy, she gets inside against the big girls, and she's relentless on those boards.
Yeah, she averages over 5 rebounds a game at 5'5". And I think that's legit. I don't think she's any taller than that at all.
That's Kiana Wharton's first foul. That's a 2-shot foul. Bogard misses the first one. She will have one more here.
That's her first miss, 3 out of 4 from the line now. She has 11 points.
Now Vasquez comes out, and Savannah Enlow checks back in for Missouri Valley. Second free throw by the left-hander Bogard is good. And we talk about Bogard. Where does she hail from? She's a freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska. She's going to be a good player. She gets 1 out of 2. Now Deidre McCoy, a right wing jumper. Good. Deidre McCoy knocks down about a 14-foot jump shot for the Vikings. Deidre's got 12 points in the game. Lead back up to 16 now. Keep that space between the teams.
They gave her a 3 there. So
gave her that a 3? All right, gave her a 3. I thought that was a 2.
So it was a steal by Deidre.
Deidre the other way. Coast to coast, nice ball fake up and in. So Deidre McCoy has scored 5 points in the game, 5 points in a row, give her 15 in the game. And timeout is Coach Chuck Brewer takes a timeout with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third quarter. It's all Vikings right now. The Vikings were only ahead by 7 not that long ago. Now they've extended the lead back to 18.
Yeah, it was 40-33.
Yep.
So the Vikings on quite a run here. They are on a 12-1 run since that time, and they've taken control again. And, Joe, that's the thing. When you're trying to come back all the time like Peru was today, you can make that run, and it's really hard to sustain. And now all of a sudden they look up and they find themselves down by 18, their largest deficit of the game. It's tough.
Well, and how about Deidre McCoy? Deidre scored the last, I think the last 5 points for the Vikings, and I've got her at 15 on the game. She averages 12.5. Also, is anybody, let's see, nobody else yet in double figures. Enlow, Kiana Wharton, they both have 8. So good team balance scoring so far for the Vikings here this afternoon. But we're down to 4 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the third quarter. Vikes trying to move their record to 8-10 with a road trip to Springfield to take on Evangel coming up on Wednesday night.
Again, we're battling, trying to get by Grandview and William Penn. Grandview at CMU today, so it's possible to catch up with them again today.
Peru State ball. Bobcats need a bucket right now if they want to stay in the game. Now, pretty good drive by Lori, flipped it up. Off-balance shot, but she flipped it up, and I believe she's going to draw a foul at the hands of Ashley Ward, so that should put Maddie Laurie on the line for 2 shots. She's the only senior on the floor today for Peru State. Sydney Wilkinson also a senior, but they say it's a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, Ward picked it up.
Now Brecky, a 3 out of the corner. This one hits the front of the rim and pinballs out. Nice hustle by Ashley Ward. Ashley takes it coast to coast off the glass, and she's fouled by Laurie. So Ward fouled Laurie, and now Laurie turns around and fouls Ashley, and this will be a shooting foul. This put Ashley on the line for 2 shots.
Only has 1 point today, but you're right. She was probably our best player on the floor Wednesday night in Des Moines.
Ashley, a junior out of Springdale, Arkansas. She'll have 2 shots right here. First one is good. So Ashley, that's her second point of the game. She'll have 1 more, and she will try to make this a 20-point Missouri Valley lead.
She took that long sleeve purple shirt off.
Yes, she did. You're right. She had that on first half, and she buries both free throws. So give Ward 3 points, 54-34, with just under 4 minutes to play in the third. Stop and go dribble. Good move by Justice Daniel. Nice take that time as Justice Daniel changed directions a couple times, went right to the basket, banged it in. That's her 5th point of the game. Ward picked up by Bogard, gives it out, head of the key to Enlow. Got to stay on her. Now on the left wing to McCoy. Now they're going to call say Kiana Wharton in the lane too long. And you know, Ken, you don't see that 3-second call very much anymore, but it's in the books. You just don't see it much. Oh, man, what a deep three there. Oh, man, and she buries it. That was Casey. That maybe was a 4-point shot. That ball was shot close to Slater, I think. But Casey buries it, and that's her 4th triple of the game.
They just hang in there. They just won't go away.
Augusto for the Vikings. Andressa knocks one down. Threes are wild right now. So Andressa Augusto, who hit 2 threes very early in the game, that's her first bucket in quite a while. Her 3rd triple, she's got 9 points. Now Lori misses a runner. Nice rebound, Kiana. Here comes Andressa, ahead to Ward. Ashley spins to the glass. Oh, a nice stop-and-go move that time as Ashley Ward took it right down the left side, laid it in. She scored 4 points in the last couple of minutes, 5 in the game.
And did a good job of taking her time and slowing down and putting it off the glass.
A 20-point Missouri Valley lead. Bogart inside misses a shot. Again, Kiana Wharton kind of starting to take charge on the inside right now.
And she needs to. Yeah, she's a foot taller than anybody else out there right now.
Right wing, it goes over to Deidre. Deidre with a left-hand dribble, brings it out beyond the arc. Now skips it into Wharton. Kiana spins inside against a double team, flips it up, rolls off the right side, rebound Lori for Peru State. 2:15 left in the 3rd quarter.
Vikings are up by 12 and have upped that lead to 20 here.
Now stop and go by Daniel. Daniel's going to be fouled, so Justice Daniel once again takes the ball inside, and Savannah Enlow whacks her on the arm. That'll be a non-shooting foul as wholesale substitutions come back in for the Bobcats.
Kiana checks out.
Samantha Zavala. Who came in? Alicia Winston in for the Vikings.
Yep.
Samantha Zavala in. Kaylee Insminger into the Peru State lineup. Bogart gets it outside to Zavala. Zavala thinks about a 3, now gives it on the right wing over to Robles. Hand back to Brecky. 19 on the shot clock. Brecky picked up outside by Savannah Enlow. Brecky drives inside with the left hand. They're going to call a foul, I think, on the drive against Savannah.
And that's the 5th foul, so it'll be 2 shots. Ball went in, but they're not going to count the basket. She'll have to earn them at the line. Brecky has not scored yet in this game.
Heather Brecky looks very young for a college junior. She's a 5'4" junior out of Sunrise, Florida, and could pass for a junior high player, I think,
yes,
or a freshman in high school maybe. But she knocks down the free throw. So Brecky, that's her first point of the game. She will have one more. Got a nice looking left-handed shot. Second shot by Brecky, good. So Brecky gets both free throws, trims the lead down to 18. Missouri Valley's led the entire way. Now lob it into Winston. Alicia double teamed, and Peru State doing a pretty good job of doubling down right now, and that was Samantha Zavala that got back to tie her up. So with the alternate possession rule, the ball will go back to Peru State. 1:43 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Now Bogard misses one. Rebound by Winston. Ahead to Augusto. Augusto with a left-hand dribble. Deep 3 by Ward off the left side. Good, and they say that's only a 2 as Ashley Ward knocks down one. Ashley has 6 points in this quarter, 7 points in the game, lead back up to 20.
All right, let's go on a little run here in these last 2 possessions and put this thing away.
Vikes in a man. Robles outside to Insminger, almost throws it away. Gets it head of the key to Brecky, guarded by Savannah Enlow. Nice stop-and-go move by Brecky down the lane, too hard off the glass, but gets a rebound and knocked out of bounds by one of the Vikings. Good drive that time by Heather Brecky.
She's not very big either. Again, this is a very short team, but they still take it inside a few times anyway, but they like to shoot that 3.
Robles gets it back out to Brecky. Now gets a return pass in the corner. Now they try to get it into Insminger, taken away by Ward. Now Ashley will stop, bring it back out to Augusto. Deep 3 off the left side by Enlow. Got another one. I don't think Savannah Enlow missed a shot yet.
One. I think she missed one in the first half.
She's knocked down 3 triples. She's got 11 points in the game. That's her first basket of the second half. 23-point lead, biggest lead of the day for the Vikings. And now Bogard goes right down the middle, and boy, she's impressed me. She missed the shot, but she's fouled. That'll be a two-shot foul on Ashley Ward, and that'll be Ashley's 4th foul. Bogard, the freshman, will have 2 free throws here. Under a minute, 32.8 seconds to play in the third. Bogard's first shot, pinball's out. She'll have one more. She has 12 points to lead Peru State. Again, she's a freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska. One more shot. This one rolls off the front of the rim and out, so Bogard misses both. Here comes Ward. Back outside, McCoy. Back to Ward. Ashley launches a 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound, though, by Deidre. Deidre goes baseline, up off the glass, had it blocked, but that's going to be a foul. I think that might be on Bogard. That's Bogard's 4th foul, as she got quite a bit of ball, but also got a pretty good piece of the right arm of Deidre McCoy, so that's going to put Deidre on the line for 2 shots right now. She's 2 out of 2 so far in the game. McCoy's first shot, good.
16.
Deidre, yeah, Deidre's had a good quarter. She's got 8 in this quarter, and like you said, Ken, 16 for the game. She'll have one more here is Lindsey Denny. Lindsey Denny and Alexis Boyd-Lockett, along with Raina Smith, all check into the Missouri Valley lineup.
Now the Vikings only have 4 on the floor. Who's supposed to stay? I guess Ward's going to stay.
Ward stays out there. Play with 4, we play with 6.
Add 6, add 4.
Second shot by McCoy, the sophomore out of Hot Springs. Misses a second one. That's her first miss of the day.
No foul here.
Pressure by the Vikings. 7 seconds to go. Now knocked out of bounds. So 4.8 seconds to play in the quarter. Peru State will inbound right in front of their bench. Now they're going to move it back to more towards the scorer's table. 4.8 seconds. They get it into Brecky. Brecky baseline, bumped by Denny, no call. And that's going to end the third quarter, so Lindsey Denny will be credited for a partial block on Heather Brecky that time, and the third quarter has come to an end. Nice run by the Vikings. Peru State cut it down to 7 during that quarter, but the Vikings have exploded and lead by 24.
Yeah, the Vikings in that quarter put up, looks like 28 points, so they outscored them 28-16 in the second quarter. And remember, it was 40-33 at one time.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings really took off after that.
So that's what, that's a 25-8 run. Yeah. Looks like 25-8 run the Vikings made to close out that third quarter. So yeah, really exploded, and a lot of different girls got in on the action.
Both men's teams head to the locker rooms. The Bobcats and the Vikings. I think the last time we played, Peru scored 109 points. They won 109-86, and I thought the Vikings played a pretty good game that day.
Peru State, like so many teams in this conference, the Vikings included, very athletic.
Vikings out-rebounded them 47-32, but Joe, Peru scored 66 points in the second half that day.
I'll tell you what, folks, if you're riding around in the Marshall area listening to KMMO, listening to the broadcast, you ought to come out here. This Corday Sims, he's the leading scorer in the conference. He averages almost 25 points a game for Peru State. Scored 42 against Mid-America in that overtime loss on Wednesday night. But this will be a battle. This Viking team will not back down from anybody, and Peru State, like we said, very athletic, and it'll be a very good men's game. So if you're in the area, come on out, and if you want to see some good college basketball, you may do so this afternoon.
Vikes 24 out of 53, 45% through 3 quarters.
That's pretty good. All right, Vikes get the ball to start the fourth, and now Raina's going to be fouled as she tries to drive to the right side. She's going to be shoved by, I believe, Justice Daniel. That's the first foul on Daniel. Vikes will inbound under their own bucket, just underway in the fourth quarter. Raina out to Morgan McSmith, who's checked in. It's McSmith, Boyd Lockett, Raina Smith, Kiana Wharton. And Wharton drives inside and lays it in. Lindsey Denny, the other player, but they get it into the big girl, Kiana Wharton. Kiana's in double figures now with 10 as she takes it right to the rack. Vikes still in a man-to-man defense. They played it pretty well here in the second half. Deep three off the right side by Daniel, no good. Battle for the loose ball taken away by Denny. Good rebound, Lindsey Denny. Ahead to Alexis Boyd Lockett. Alexis out of Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota. Shot missed inside, and now a nice rebound Was that Bogart that got the rebound again? Ahead to Ensminger. Ensminger bumped by Denny, and I think they're going to call the foul on Lindsay as she runs into Keely Ensminger. So that'll be Lindsay Denny's third foul. Non-shooting foul, so Peru State will inbound into their own bucket. 9:05 left in the game. It's all Missouri Valley, 67-41. Vikes on the verge of moving their record to 8-10 in conference play with a trip to Springfield to play Evangel. And now Alexis Boyd Lockett runs into Justice Daniel.
They'll call on Boyd Lockett.
Lockett's first foul. That's the second foul this quarter on the Vikings.
And this will break a 4-game Viking losing streak, so they have to feel good about that.
Thank goodness.
Yep.
Peru State to inbound. They try to lob it into Bogard. Now it comes out to Laurie. Laurie drives in, throws up a runner and missed it. Another rebound by Kiana Wharton. Kiana's done a good job on the boards today. Jump shot, Lindsay Denny. Got it. Lindsay Denny knocks down a jumper. That's her 4th point of the game, about a 13-foot jumper to make it 69-41, Missouri Valley. Deep three by Casey. Good. Boy, I tell you what, Rashawn Casey has got some range. That's her 5th triple of the game. She has 15 points. You cannot leave her open.
She came into the game 39 out of 146, 26%. She's hitting them tonight.
Now baseline jumper by Denny. So Lindsay Denny scored the last 4 points for the Vikings. A couple of mid-range jumpers, and that one was sweet. Nice soft touch on it. Now, bad pass. Justice Daniel thought that Ensminger was going to cut back doors. She didn't do it. The ball stolen by Wharton, and Kiana's going to be fouled, I believe, by Ensminger. Yep. That's the 3rd foul on Ensminger. Raina Smith comes out, and Dressa Augusto checks back in for Missouri Valley. 71-44, exactly 8 minutes left to play. Morgan McSmith. Morgan skip pass across to Denny. Lindsay lobs it down low to Wharton. Kiana turns to the middle. Missed the shot, but got her offensive rebound, missed it, and got another rebound. So now they're going to call Kiana for over on that last rebound, say she was over the back, so she's going to pick up her 2nd foul.
Yeah, those are shots that she needs to hit.
Yep,
those
got
are
to hit
3 feet away from the basket.
Against 5'5", and 5'6" girls.
5'6".
Now Robles tried to get it into Ensminger, taken away by Lindsay Denny. Here comes Boyd Lockett for the Vikings. Alexis, skip pass over to Denny. Lindsay, down low to Wharton. Kiana off the glass, got this one, basket and one. So a good pass. Lindsay Denny got it into Kiana Wharton. Kiana spun to her left, banged it off the glass, and she'll have a chance to complete the 3-point play. And Jackie Bogard just fouled out of the game for Peru State. So Bogard, I've got her with 12 points.
And Joe, you kept talking about her rebounding. She had 12 points and 9 rebounds in this game.
She's a scrapper. Now McSmith comes out. Julia Vasquez checks back in. So the Vikings have 3 of their 5 seniors on the floor right now. Wharton shot, good. So Kiana completes the 3-point play. Give her 13 in the game. And now Alicia Winston comes in. Lindsay Denny comes out. So 4 of the Viking seniors. And here comes the 5th one, Raina Smith. So Vikings going to have an all-senior lineup out there. Let's mention their names one more time. Raina Smith, Alicia Winston, Kiana Wharton, Julia Vasquez, and Dressa Augusto. They will be honored between games along with the seniors on the men's team. Now deep 3 by Ensminger. Good. So Haley Ensminger knocks down a triple. That's her first 3 of the game. She's got 8 points. Pressure now. Now Peru State applies the press. Good job by the Vikes. They get it ahead to Raina. Raina lobs it across court to Wharton, up and in. Great pass that time by Raina Smith. As she got the ball across court, Kiana Wharton goes up strong, and Kiana will have a chance to complete her second 3-point play in the last minute and a half.
Kiana now with 15 points, and the Vikings are pulling away. This could give them a 30-point lead if this free throw goes down.
76-47. Bang, knocks it down. So Kiana, a perfect 2 out of 2 from the stripe, and maybe this will launch her into some big games as we head down the stretch. Now Guru pushed off, got away with it. Laurie, nice drive down the middle, back outside, a deep 3 off the right wing. That one taken by Daniel missed. But I think Alicia Winston, the last one to touch the ball, so it will stay with the Bobcats.
They're now 8 out of 35
Are they?
beyond the arc.
Have not shot as many this half.
Let's get 5 more. I want to see
That
40.
man-to-man defense has slowed down their three-point shooting game.
There's another one.
There's one off the side. Robles. That's knocked down off the baseline. That was nailed by Jackie Robles. That's the first basket she's had in quite a while. Give her 5 points in the game. Now there's that press by Peru State. It's an all-out trapping press, but Raina Smith dribbles right through the middle of it. Down to Winston. Nice job. Great pass. Good job breaking the pass with the press by Raina. Took it the length of the floor and shoveled it off to Alicia Winston.
Now Daniel.
Now Daniel lays one in the other way, so it's getting fast and furious right now. Now the ball bounces off Winston's hands out of bounds. I tell you, kid, when one team starts to press, that just picks the pace of the entire game up.
And a good job by Raina that a couple of possessions ago. She beat the press and hustled down court and found the open
She
guy.
did.
That was nice.
Deep three by Laurie off the left wing. This one misses. Rebound Augusto from Missouri Valley. Now Andressa had it knocked out of bounds by Laurie. So we're down to 5:58 left in the game. A 27-point lead for Missouri Valley as the Vikings about to win their 8th conference game. If Central Methodist can beat Grandview in Fayette, the Vikes will be tied with Grandview for 7th place.
Kiana traveled now. She kind of turned and thought at midcourt she got the pass. Someone was down underneath, took a little step before she put the ball on the floor. Vikes have turned it over a bunch today, 15 times. Both teams with 15 turnovers. It really hadn't. It hasn't mattered today.
Here comes Peru State. Daniels outside to Laurie. Laurie launches a three off the left wing. This one rolls around the rim, comes out to Insminger. Back to Laurie. Laurie down the middle, had it knocked away. Now she and Julia Vasquez both go to the floor. It'll be a tie-up. And with the alternate possession rule, the ball will stay with Peru State. Robles to inbounds. Again, the 5 seniors on the floor for the Vikings right now. Alicia Winston, Kiana Wharton, Julia Vasquez, Raina Smith, and Andressa Augusto as they are playing on the floor at senior day here this afternoon. 2 more home games for this team, though. We'll play a week. Oh, there's a three.
That was by Insminger, wasn't it? Yeah.
Insminger, she's had a pretty good game. Insminger, that's her 2nd triple this quarter. Now ahead to Vasquez. Julia brings it across the timeline, picked up outside by Daniel. Julia goes to the baseline. Oh, nice pass to Augusto. Great pass by Julia Vasquez. Nice backdoor cut that time by Andressa. Reverse layup by AA, and she lays it in. She's got 11 points. She's in double figures. Here's Raina with the rebound for the Vikings. Vikes want to run. Raina. Oh, taken away. Nice steal by Laurie that time. Yep. Ahead to Daniel. Daniel lays it in. So a good steal by Maddie Laurie. Got it ahead to Justice Daniel. Daniel scored the last 4 points for Peru. Here come the Vikings. Augusto to Wharton, wide open underneath, and now Daniel comes out of nowhere to get a hand on it.
The last time down, Raina was in the middle of the lane. The ball wasn't there anymore. It was going the other way. And this time, I think Kiana thought she had the easy layup, and a good job by Daniel to knock it away.
81-57. The Vikings have led the entire way. Andressa Augusto nailed a three to start the game, and Missouri Valley's never looked back. The Vikings led at halftime only by 12, 37-25, but they've blown it open here really blew it open in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
Augusto. Guarded by Brecky outside. Does Brecky look like a college junior?
Boy, she looks like she's about 14 years old.
Now, nice drive by Alicia Winston as she drives in and draws the 2-shot foul. So a good take by the senior out of St. Louis as Savannah Inlow and Lindsey Denny get set to check back in for Missouri Valley, along with Devin Swisegood, Alexis Boyd-Lockett, and Morgan McSmith. So wholesale substitution for Tim Dixon and the Vikings right now.
Good job of some of the seniors coming out now.
Seniors get a nice hand as they come off the floor. They've had good careers here at Valley, but again, we've got 2 more home games for these girls.
I guess going to be 2 shots here, so everybody came off, and now they have to go back out, and they'll come off
and
again.
Your favorite referee from My Favorite Martian signals that you're going to have to wait.
That's what it looks like.
So Winston at the line. Alicia with 2 shots here. First one bangs out, no good. She'll have one more. Winston will have one more here. Alicia in the game. I've got her with 9 points. Second shot good, so Alicia now in double figures. So a good game for her on senior day. She'll come out of the lineup to a nice round of applause. So now it's Lockett, Boyd Lockett, Enlow, Morgan McSmith, Devin Swisegood, and Lindsey Denny, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley. Brecky launches a deep 3 off the right side with the left hand. Missed it. Lindsey Denny gets the rebound. Ahead to Enlow. Savannah across the timeline to Lockett. Boyd Lockett in the corner. There's a 3 out of the corner taken by Morgan McSmith. Missed it. Rebound Brecky. That would hit the top of the backboard. In the corner to Robles. Robles back to Laurie, guarded by McSmith. Good defense by Morgan that time. There's a 3 off the left side. Missed by Zavala. Justice Daniel drives inside. Her shot missed. Rebound Devin Swisegood, the Salisbury product, gets the rebound. Ahead to Morgan McSmith. Morgan back to Enlow. Enlow will set the offense. 3:29 left to play. Vikes are going to win this one, 82-57, with a trip to Springfield on Wednesday night. Back here next Friday to take on Mid-America is Swisegood. Got a pass inside. Devin did a good job spinning to the right side, but just a little bit too hard off the glass.
Joe, I mentioned earlier about Enlow. She did not miss a shot today. She's 4 out of 4.
Yeah,
she hasn't missed a shot.
Yeah, she's knocked down 3 triples and 1 2-point basket. 2 of those off the dribble. Here comes Daniel into the corner to Savala. She launches it off the left side. Missed it, but Daniel gets the offensive rebound. Over to Robles. She takes one off the right side. Missed this one. So they continue to launch the threes.
42 of them now.
Here comes Lockett, and Boyd Lockett's going to be fouled by Samantha Savala. So that's the 5th team foul this quarter on Peru State. So that'll should put Alexis Boyd Lockett, the junior out of St. Paul, Minnesota, on the line for 2 shots from Missouri Valley as she will try to get into the scoring column. And she does, knocks down the first one. So Alexis will have one more. 2:55 left in the game.
11 gals have scored.
Yep. So good job, Alexis. Alexis knocks down both free throws. 84-57. Deep 3, Casey. This one comes up just a little short. Rashawn Casey shot it well today,
yes,
though she's knocked down 5. Lockett, good pass into Swisegood. Nice wraparound pass that time by Alexis Boyd Lockett. Good job posting up by Devin Swisegood, and that should put Devin on the line for 2 shots here.
Let's see if she can score. And, you know, surprisingly, if she scores, the only gal not to score is Raina Smith.
Is that right?
Yeah, Raina,
wow.
of course, one of our best. We don't really need her today, though.
No, Raina normally scores. Raina averaging 6.2 points a game. She's made some very nice passes today.
Really didn't need her scoring today.
No, she's made some great passes. And Swisegood does knock down the first free throw, so Devin gets into the scoring column. The Salisbury junior hits them both. So Lockett hits 2, Swisegood hits 2. Good job for the Vikings from the line. 2:35 left to play. Casey, guarded by Morgan McSmith. Casey now spins. Good D by Morgan, not giving her anything. Casey, the good 3-point shooter. Brecky bounces on the baseline to Savala. Casey, head of the key, down to 7 on the shot clock. Going to have to hurry. There's a deep 3 by Casey, head of the key off the right side. And so give Morgan McSmith, give her credit. She really played good defense that time on Rashawn Casey, and Casey's nailed 5 of those triples in the game.
Higa will check into the ball game now, the young Hawaiian, for the final 2:09.
Michele Higa. Now Lockett brings it across the timeline, goes around the screen, drives all the way to the rack, puts it up and in. Nice take that time as Lindsey Denny set the screen. Alexis Boyd Lockett came across it, the head of the key, and took it all the way to the rack for her 4th point of the game.
Vikings average 68 a game, 20 points over that right now.
Baseline jumper by Guru is good. So Kylie Guru knocks down her first basket of the game for Peru State. About a 14-foot baseline jumper. 88-59. A minute and a half left to play.
Again, after the game, we'll stay here on KMMO and also on moval.edu for the introduction of the seniors, and then we'll take a break, get ready for the second game.
I was going to see if this was the highest point total of the year. The Vikings scored 96 against Central Christian early in the year. That was way back before Christmas, but this is their high water mark for a long time. Now Garou drives inside. She's going to be fouled by Swisegood.
88-59, 1:20 to go.
I'm trying to look and see where the other high water mark is for the Vikings. We said they scored that 96 against Central Christian in conference play. Looks like this is the first time in conference play. Second time they scored 82 last week in that loss to Central Methodist.
Garou banked the first free throw in and misses this one.
So Garou gets 1 out of 2. She has 3 points. 1:15 left in the game. Behind the back dribble by Higa. Morgan McSmith. She and Devin Swisegood. She was going to try to get that ball into the post, and Devin went the other direction. So turnover by the Vikings. Men's game to follow, folks. That will be an action-packed thriller,
Yes.
I would bet you. Now a drive by Casey inside. The runner misses. She goes to the deck. Nice rebound, Lindsey Denny. Denny to Lockett. Lockett ahead to McSmith. Morgan, nice pass to Higa. Her jump shot off the back of the rim. Good pass that time, though, by Morgan McSmith. Under a minute, 44 seconds left to play. Brecky to Savala. Good ball movement by Peru State. Baseline jumper by Garou. Pinballs out, but an offensive rebound by Ensminger. How many more threes can Peru take in the last 30 seconds?
Let's take at least one more. They have 45 right now.
Ensminger thinks about one. Now back to Casey. There it goes. She launches it short. Rebound Swisegood. 18 seconds left to play. Michelet Higa brings it across the timeline, and Coach Tim Dixon says just hold the ball. 10 seconds. This one's going to come to an end. The Vikings are very impressive. 88-60 win over Peru State. They avenged that loss earlier in the season, and with the win, the Vikings moved their conference record to 8-10.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll honor the seniors and then get you ready for the men's game and go over the scoring as well. All in a minute.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
All right, before we start to recognize the seniors, how about the scoring, Joe?
Well, as you said, I think 11 different Vikings get in the scoring column. I've got both Deidre McCoy and Kiana Wharton with 16. These totals are unofficial. Both them in double figures with 16. 11 points for Savannah Enlow. Savannah hit every shot she took today. Also 11 for Andressa Augusto, one of the seniors. Looks like 10 points for Alicia Winston. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vikings in double figures today. 7 points for Ashley Ward. 6 points for Lindsey Denny. Looks like 4 points for Alexis Boyd Lockett. 3 points for Julia Vasquez. 2 points for Devin Swisegood. 1 point for Morgan McSmith, I think, and also 1 point to Michelet Higa.
All right, here are the seniors. Julia Vasquez being introduced. Julia, exercise science and psychology major. Her parents, James and Tina Vasquez. She is out of Earth, Texas, so she is the first one that being introduced to this crowd. And I'll tell you what, she's been a big part of this team.
I remember when the Vikes made that playoff run a couple years ago, Julia hit some big three-point shots down the stretch.
Here's Raina Smith. Raina, an exercise science major. Craig and Rita Smith are her parents, and Colin Smith, of course, a proud brother.
Big brother.
She is out of St. Louis, Missouri. So Raina and her parents are here.
And they come to quite a few games.
Yeah, I saw them during football when Colin was playing. And now next is Andressa Augusto. Her parents could not make it, of course, from Brazil. Hopefully they're watching, though, because we've had a fun watching this young lady. Biology pre-med, Jose Roberto Regina Alves Augusto. She's out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Andressa Augusto has been a big addition to this team.
Yeah, she and Raina and Julia have all three done a great job. Raina and Julia both left-handers, and Andressa a very steady player. We're going to miss all three of those girls.
Alicia Winston, mass communication major out of St. Louis. Andrew and Lisa Winston are here. Your brother Andrew, also a Moval grad, and she's from St. Louis and being introduced to this crowd. She's a mass comm major. Get to spend a lot of time with her, and
I think
enjoyed having her around.
Alicia's got much quicker inside as time's gone on.
Next is Kiana Horton. Kiana, a business administration major out of Indianapolis. Parent is Reggie Horton, so she is being introduced now. Honorable mention All-American a year ago.
Yeah, Kiana had a good game today, 16 points. When she's on, she's as good as any big player in the conference.
Well, let's see. I believe next we may have with us Danica Brown. Danica is a sports management, played mostly on junior varsity. Rhonda and Damon Brown are her parents. She is out of St. Louis. So want to introduce her. Also, Brittany DeCavalier. She is an exercise science major, junior varsity player. Stephen Cindy Creek. She is from Harrisonville, Missouri. So there you have the Lady Vikings on Senior Day, and certainly congratulations to that group. Now, let's go to the men's side. As far as the seniors are concerned, the first one who will be introduced is Mr. Brody Thompson. Brody, of course, out of Republic, Missouri. He is a business and marketing major. Darren and Lori Thompson are his parents. We see them at some of our ball games. And Coach Chad Lance will be out to honor Brody. You know, Brody doesn't start. Brody doesn't score much, but I'm telling you one thing Brody does. He gives you everything he has when he's in the ball game.
Yeah, very good ball handler. Very good point guard. He gets the ball to the right place and very solid. He's been playing, what, is this third or fourth year he's been on this team. He's been around a long time.
So Brody and then Robbie Burton. Now, Robbie from St. John's, Antigua. The parents couldn't make it. Robbie, parents of Fillmore Burton and Patricia Christopher.
That's Brad Hamilton's family out with him, I think.
Yep, and St. John's, Antigua. So Brad Hamilton's family, of course, he went to John Wood Community College, and Brad Hamilton went there, so they probably know each other from there.
Yep.
And, boy, good family, the Hamilton family, and Robbie Burton. The double-doubles just keep coming for him. Next we have Delijah Eccles. Delijah, we just enjoyed him for 1 year, exercise science major. Mark Eccles and Renetta Hickam. And he is from Columbia, went to Hickman High School. So that's it as far as the senior players. So Chad he's going to miss those guys, but certainly looking forward to all the returners he'll have next year.
Yeah, and Robbie Burton, as you said, the 1,000-point scorer. What a career he's had here. And anytime you hear other coaches talk about the Vikings, that's the first name you hear, Robbie Burton.
All right, Summer Howe is a cheerleader. Summer, early childhood and elementary education. She's from Lawson, Missouri, and her parents are Michael and Tina Howell, so she is being introduced here today as well. Jeremy Vick. Jeremy, one of our male cheerleaders, and he's a sports management major. Kevin and Patty Vick, hometown Imperial, Missouri. And then finally, Sarah Snodgrass. Sarah is athletic training, and her parents, Jeff Snodgrass and Sarah Miller. She is out of Spring, Texas, so welcome to Sarah, as she is one of our athletic trainers, and boy, do they work hard. That's a pretty good-looking group of seniors.
Very talented, very special group out there, and we're going to miss, all of them. And, we talk a lot about the basketball players, but couldn't do it without these other people, the cheerleaders and the trainers and everybody else behind the scenes, so they all make a big difference.
All right, so that's going to about do it for us. Let's see, how about the scoring real quickly for Peru. And we're going to have Tim Dixon come out at halftime of the men's game. So Tim will join us at halftime of the
Again,
men's
before
game.
I give you the Peru scoring, 11 Vikings scored, 5 players in double figures. I'll run those for you real quick. 16 each for Gianna Wharton and Deidre McCoy. 11 points each for Andressa Augusto and Savannah Inlow. Then 10 points for Alicia Winston to lead the way for the Vikings. For Peru State, they had 3 players in double figures. Rashawn Casey, she nailed 5 3-point shots, 5 out of 14 from beyond the arc. Casey with 15, 12 points for Jackie Bogard before fouling out. Bogard, like you said earlier, 9 rebounds in the game, 11 points for Kelly Insminger. She nailed a couple of triples, 9 points in the game for Justice Daniel, then 3 each for Kylie Garou and Maddie Laurie. Then looks like 2 points for Heather Brecky to round out the scoring. Looking at it real quickly, Kiana Wharton, we mentioned 16 points. Kiana 14 rebounds in the game, so she really hit the boards hard. 4 on the offensive end. So Vikings 40% from the floor in the first half, 47.8 for the game. So they shoot almost 50%. So nice win. Get that 8th win of the year.
All right, we're going to take a break on both our audio and video, and also KMMO AM. And come back in just a few moments. On the video side, we're going to have a special pregame show today. And then in about 20 minutes, we'll be back on KMMO AM, also on moval.edu for basketball against one of the top teams in the country, Peru State. For Joe All, I'm Ken Quiava. We'll see you in just a while.